Tonight on NewsWatch 12 at 6, a private passenger jet is crashing into the water this morning in North Bend. What we know about the passengers on board. Plus, a Grants Pass woman was crowned Miss Wheelchair Oregon. Why she says her crowning is all about advocacy.
And tracking the potential for some more April showers tomorrow, but then a drier and warmer couple days expected through midweek. I'll have the details on that all coming up in just a bit.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
5 people are recovering after a private passenger jet crashed into the water as it tried to land at Southwest Oregon Regional Airport in Coos Bay early this morning. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Haley Gravitt. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. Aaron Ariano is tracking what we know so far.
Emergency responders are working to figure out how a private passenger jet crashed into the Coos Bay waters as it was trying to land. Airport officials tell me the moment it happened, emergency responders sprung into action. It happened just after 6 o'clock Monday morning along the main runway strip at the Southwest Oregon Regional Airport. This 2019 Honda HA420, a private passenger jet, came in for landing, but instead skidded off the runway and crashed between 100 and 150 feet offshore into the water. It was witnessed by an airport crew member on the ground.
There was actually a witness that witnessed the plane going off the end of the runway, so a call was made to emergency responders. This is where our constant requirements, which afford us to have a mass casualty training, come into play.
Several agencies, including the Coast Guard, came in to rescue the 4 passengers and 1 pilot from the plane as it was in the water.
Those people were taken off the plane within just a short period of time. They were in an ambulance being taken to the hospital.
The Bay Area Hospital reports all 5 are in stable condition with minor injuries. The big question, how did this happen? Kilmer says she does not believe weather was a factor in the crash. She also says no information yet if a distress signal was called out. But she says the pilot was still in some control of the plane as it slid off the runway.
We do know that the pilot was able to take evasive action to avoid a critically important air navigational tool at the end of the runway. That is one of the buildings that's just outside of the safety area.
As investigators figure out what happened, the airport's main runway for commercial flights was closed for several hours as the plane was pulled from the water. The runway has since reopened. Kilmer says the best way to find out what happened is by interviewing the pilot, but the overall investigation may still take some time. Reporting in North Bend, I'm Aaron Oriano.
And Crater Lake Highway is now open again after a severe wreck earlier today caused a partial closure. The serious traffic accident reconstruction team was activated in response to this crash. An investigation suggests a 55-year-old driver of the Range Rover crossed over the center median, striking the other vehicle. The 56-year-old was detained on suspicion of DUI. The 25-year-old driver of the Hyundai was transported with serious injuries. The highways have since reopened, but that investigation remains ongoing tonight. Let's check in with Storm Tracker 12. Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman for a look at our conditions on this Monday for us, Matt.
Fairly cool and wet day today for a lot of us. We've had some showers on and off, especially in the Rogue Valley. Taking a look at our NewsWatch 12 weather cam network. A lot of clouds overall throughout southern Oregon and northern California. We're starting to see shower activity becoming less widespread. Most of the action is east of the Cascades and then down into Siskiyou County. Some spotty showers. These will really start to dry up as we head through the next few hours. And most of us will see fairly quiet conditions tonight, but another storm system will bring some showers back to the coast late tonight and then into tomorrow morning. And some showers will be possible for even some spots inland. More on that in just a bit. But temperatures this hour, we're at 49 in Lakeview. It's 50 in Klamath Falls, 56 in Medford, sitting at 55 in Montague, and 50 for you folks in Brookings. Winds have been awfully breezy today, sustained right now at 17 miles per hour in Medford. Medford. And then we've been getting some higher gusts through some of the higher terrain in the region. Lakeview, most recent gusts up to 30 miles per hour. And tonight we will stay a little bit breezy, especially towards the coast, and then up through some of the higher terrain on the east side as well. Down to 40 tonight in Medford, 32 in Klamath Falls, and 35 in Wairika. Now, when it comes to wet weather tomorrow, best chances will be towards the coast, but even in the Rogue Valley, a shower will be possible. Drier conditions for Northern California and the Klamath Basin. Temperatures fairly seasonal for around a Gulf on your Tuesday, but we are tracking some warmer weather on Wednesday and some brighter skies for across the region. I'll have the details coming up in just a bit. Haley.
Thank you, Matt. And what started as a t-shirt sale has now become a physical challenge to raise money for a 2-year-old with leukemia. Today, the leadership class at Scenic Middle School ran over 125 miles to raise $1,000. The leadership class at SMS posted to Facebook saying that they had t-shirts for sale. But one student's family friend wanted to do more than just buy a t-shirt. Stephen Moulard wanted to help teach the students the physical toll, responsibility, and working toward a goal can have, so he struck a deal.
I challenged them to do 500 laps at $1 a lap, and then if they reach their goal of 500, I would double it to $1,000.
It's been going pretty good. We slowed down, but we're picking it right back up. I feel like we could go strong for a lot more laps.
That is quite the positive attitude that every student had during this challenge. Even faculty at the middle school were a part of the fundraiser to support the school's 2-year-old Sparrow, Everly. She got to be at the event today and even walked a few laps herself. These students were able to not only reach their goal but surpass it, impressing Stephen so much that he donated $1,500 to Everly. She has been in a fight with leukemia for over a year now, and this money will help pay for her medical expenses. And NewsWatch 12 is also helping with Sparrow Clubs directly. Sarah, Brinkley, and Damien have been practicing to compete in this year's Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars. They're in the hip hop category at the event. So if you want to donate to their cause, you can scan any of these QR codes here that you see on your screen. The goal is to raise a total of $100,000 for Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars to support kids in medical need here in Southern Oregon. So tickets are already on sale for the event, which will be on May 3rd. You can find more details on our website, kdrv.com. And Grants Pass is home to the new Miss Wheelchair Oregon, who is focused on advocating for children with disabilities and the unhoused population in the area. NewsWatch 12 Samantha Kadera has more on Alice's journey and how she's using her platform to advocate for others.
The newly crowned Miss Wheelchair of Oregon is using her title to raise awareness and fight for the most vulnerable communities.
I didn't want to become a part of it if it was just a beauty pageant. That's not for me. And then I realized that no, it wasn't about beauty, it was about advocacy, and that is who I am. I've been advocating for our most vulnerable communities for quite some time.
And Alice's volunteer work has primarily focused on the unhoused in Grants Pass, where she says people with disabilities often face even greater struggles.
I work primarily with the unhoused here in Grants Pass because a lot of people that are unhoused are disabled. Most people have this illusion that people with disabilities are well taken care of, but the fact of the matter is it's incredibly hard to get these services, and it's not very much. So homelessness is something that we all could face.
While Alice's focus is helping the most vulnerable in the community, she's also breaking barriers by bringing disability advocacy into the mainstream through her visibility as a Hollywood actor.
When I was a kid, there wasn't many performers with disabilities. There really wasn't. The only person that I really remember was Christopher Reeve.
Alice told me that one of the driving factors behind her involvement in this cause is the ongoing lawsuit in Grants Pass, which centers around the treatment of the unhoused population.
It is harsh to think about that we're casting aside people with real issues, with real problems, people that need to be taken care of that are not being taken care of. No one person can fix that, but if we all come together, I believe we can.
Coming up in August, Alice will be competing for Miss Wheelchair of America in Michigan, hoping to further her platform by advocating for the most vulnerable. Reporting in Grants Pass, I'm Samantha Kadera.
And on to a fire watch tonight. As wildfire season approaches, the threat to homes across the state is growing, but experts say there's a lot that homeowners can do now to reduce their risk. Local fire departments are offering resources to help homeowners protect their properties. Firefighters say it is important to have 0 to 5 feet zone around your home.
If you mitigate the 0 to 5 with nothing that is burnable, the chances of you surviving your home surviving a wildfire go up anywhere between 50 to 80%.
You can also minimize fire risk by cleaning out your gutters and trimming back your trees. On to some local sports tonight. A Crater High School athlete, soon to be an SOU Raider, has been declared Oregon's MVT, most valuable teammate in boys basketball. Jacoby Cole has prioritized his team's goals and remained positive in every situation. He was one of 8 athletes across Oregon recognized for the 2025 winter season. Cole said that he tried to bring reliability and a willingness to do whatever it takes to make the team better. Cole said that he approaches his new role on the team by first and foremost communicating effectively with his teammates and coaches so he knows exactly what he needs to do where he can be successful. He also said he wants to bring the maximum effort to everything that he does. And our sports team spoke to Cole at a signing day, so here's what he had to say about keeping that positive energy and leadership in Southern Oregon, signing to be on the Raiders football player team.
Being able near my family as a rock for me is number one in my life, and I love Crater. I'm always going to be a Comet, and I'm excited to be a Raider.
And NewsWatch 12 Sports' Luke Delton will have top plays from the high school basketball season coming up tonight at 6:45. And looking ahead, the April 15th deadline to file tax returns is quickly approaching. You have just 8 days to submit your 2024 tax year return. Roughly 1.2 million Oregonians have already filed their state personal income tax returns this year. More details on filing options and extensions, head on over to kdrv.com.